Creativity is an addiction. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So let's turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. It's always been very difficult for me to sit in circles of complainers. Those that are complaining about their job, complaining about someone in their life, complaining about the price of food, gas, and everything else. Complain, complain, complain. So I sit back and I just listen. I want to know the root of the value they're putting in to that complaint. The root of the value, because it's coming from somewhere. There's somebody very close to my family that does nothing but complain. You ask her about something very positive that's taking place, she'll share it with you, and it'll be followed by a brand new complaint. How do we find the happiness button? Does it exist? Can we get on Amazon? Does Walmart sell it? Is it the front of the store or the back of the store? Maybe the frozen section. What is it about complaining that seems to fuel the people that we're with, including ourselves? Because how often do we on this side complain? And is it a real complaint or just an observation? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I like to sit beneath the brush of the trees like a silent wolf and just watch, to listen, to experience, to see if we can locate newer paths of discovery. Because isn't that what life is all about? It's all out there. We choose by complaint or just a choice to not want to listen or look. This is The Daily Mess. Another full day of creative conversations. That's what we do with podcasting, or at least mine, is that I'm blessed with the opportunity to talk with a lot of creative people. You talk about a moment where the emotion, it can be in any direction. And when you line them up like a true junket, your emotions as the interviewer has to go through whatever it is that they're feeling, because you're not wearing their shoes. You don't know what their actions or reactions are going to be like. But it's another full day of creative conversations. And my job is to do nothing but listen, to hear the heartbeats of the artists that somehow had the courage to take their creativity and kick it out of the house. I made you, now go away. Book authors who guarantee one book a year are constantly facing a deadline. Now listen to their story on how it comes together. It never falls apart. Or if it does, they don't speak openly about it. I never hear a complaint from a book author. Musicians are the same way. Get out of the house so we can get back to a tour. By the time we see movies and television shows, the projects have been finished for months. Now it's time to promote it. That's part of the process of planting the idea into the ambitions of something needing to buy tickets. Being creative can be a very lonely place. So much is done on a team of one. Like the NFL, NBA, and NHL, only a few people, a pinch of the public, get to truly be a part of the big leagues of teams. And even they are amazingly grateful. Yeah, that big team of one. I worked for a major league broadcast company for nearly 12 years. And the department that I held was the production department. I was in charge of the creativity of bringing advertisers to listeners. It was never a job to me because my goals were to try to come up with whatever is missing in that connection with the listener and the radio station's advertising. And what I mean by that is that people are always telling me, I don't listen to commercials. Well, why not? You talk about one of the greatest educational tools that's out there. They're giving you information on how to make your life better and greater. Why wouldn't you want to listen to the commercials? Well, they have nothing to do with me. Oh, well, now as the writer and the producer of commercials, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make these commercials about not only the client, but about those that are receiving it, those that are listening. Here's the truth. I was only a team of one. I had other talent who would voice commercials, but to do it at the level that I was trying to achieve, I was on a team of one. And it was such an amazing journey to be able to create at levels that actually earned me an awards nomination, which gave me the chance to go to New York City, to feel the atmosphere, to be with other creative people. And sometimes I think that's what complaining is all about. People feel, well, this is what I wanted, but it didn't happen the way I needed it to happen. So I'm going to push anything and everybody away until I can figure this out. Well, you're never going to figure it out because life is changing so quickly. The evolution of your ambition is controlled by you. And if the complaining is creating a negative spot where you feel like, well, I've got a voice now because I can complain. I was in a conversation yesterday and we spoke about the opportunity that I was not going to get. And that was, I am not going to be a turkey person, nor was I going to grow up to be an angry old man. A turkey person is somebody who leads people without really being who it is that they say that they are. But he or she leads people into areas that kind of messes things up a little bit for others. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's a turkey person. It's not a normal person. It's somebody who has this vision and they find followers. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I told him, I said, dude, coach, I'm not going to be a turkey person, nor am I going to be a grumpy, old, angry man. It's a choice. And I invite you, if you are experiencing these cranky moments, the choice is, who am I affecting? You already know how you feel, but who am I affecting? That can change the ball game. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.